Okay. All right. So, welcome, and welcome. I have I have another piece to deliver, and this I got before the previous one, but I realized with the previous message that I delivered, it's because I saw the confirmation. Like the confirmation was clear, like plain, and I heard go do it now. So I followed the instruction and I did what I was supposed to do. So the title of this piece that I'm delivering is The Ordered Assistance, right? Or He Ordered Assistance. Let me say, He ordered assistance. Because what I heard was the ordered assistance. That means there was assistance that was ordered, right? But He ordered assistance. Let me just say this before I even begin. There are times when people order assistance for us and we don't even know. That means there is a helper, there is someone who's there helping us, right? And there are times when our Creator, Almighty God, ordered assistance for us. So when He orders assistance for us, it's because He knows that we need the assistance. And there are times we think we don't need assistance, but He sends someone to help. Well, I'm just going to publicly say thanks to anybody who came to assist, or anybody who is assisting, or anybody who assisted when the assistance is needed, right? So when God has ordered someone or people to assist you, He gives them scriptures to use, okay? Not just as references, but as a foundation. So He gives them scriptures to use. So there is, people can be speaking generally, right? It can be even in the form of a motivational speaking, but He gives them a reference, a foundation on which we are built or we can stand, or a foundation on which we can rebuild. Note this, there is always a foundation on which you build, always. What is it that you will use as your foundation? Because there is always a foundation. You can't build a house without having a foundation. You can't build any form of structure that you expect to remain and remain for a long time, and there is no foundation. Every historic building that you see always, always has a foundation. Every historic building. I like to go around and look at historic buildings because I'm that kind of person. So I like to look at the libraries, and they might say, this is Carnegie Library or something like that. This is this kind of library. This is that kind of, and I love libraries. But, well, I'm a writer, so I love libraries. But I like historic stuff. I'm a very historic person. Anything that I do, I usually try to do it in a historic way so that it enables me to remember what happened during that time, right? And that's what I normally tell people. Do things in a historic way. When you do it like that, you'll never forget. Because there are times when so many things are going on and you forget exactly why you're doing what you're doing or why you did what you did. You might have written notes, but your notes are tucked away somewhere. Like my notes are so many miles away from me. So some things I don't remember because they're written. That's why we write them. That's why we write stuff down, right? And that's why we make journals. Okay. So I rambled a little bit, but anyway, there is always a premise on which you will build. This is supposed to be a rebuilding era. It's supposed to be a rebuilding time, a time to rebuild. But I noticed that for people who are in their evil environments, don't understand that they don't know the time and the season. So they don't understand that it's a time to rebuild. And so what they do, they come to fight. Well, what kind of fight are you going to do in a rebuilding time, like a season of rebuilding? Why would you want to fight? Why would you come with evil when it's time to rebuild? It's not time to rebuild you because you're not ready for rebuilding, but there are other people who are ready for rebuilding, and so therefore they are to be rebuilt. So the instruction has gone out. It's time to rebuild. So, but the thing is, there are so many fights all around, so many battles that are not even necessary. So what's the point of fighting when you're supposed to be rebuilding? So many people who have no understanding of what God, the Creator, is doing in other people's lives, they end up speaking out of content and out of context. So when I say they speak out of content, they speak outside of content, which means whatever they say is without, it's not within the frame of the content in which the situation derived. So they're basically just saying stuff and it just doesn't make sense. So we who are good listeners, we listen sometimes and we're like, okay, this doesn't even make sense. Now the PhD said to me, come on, deliver the other one. So I said, okay, well, what's the other one again? I didn't have a title for it, but I got the title just as I was ready to do it, So I still have to be obedient to them as well because they're obedient to me. No, when people are speaking out of, so when you're speaking out of content, outside of content, it means you're speaking without content. Your content doesn't match your context. Okay? Your content just don't match your context. And if your content don't match your context, then what you're saying has no foundation. Okay? No foundation. So in order to be able to have foundation as to what you're speaking, you have to have the content, right? Precisely aligned with the context. I said he ordered assistance. He ordered assistance. So I'm here to assist some people, just like I take assistance myself. And I said, sometimes we don't think we need assistance. And so he sent the assistance anyway, because he doesn't wait until when we ask all the times. He said, before you call, I answer. And while you're still speaking, I'll go ahead and just do what you want me to do, what you ask me to do, right? Or what you intend to ask me to do, but didn't really open your mouth to verbalize it. All right. So be careful of the lying spirits that have been released into you. Doesn't matter who it is, leader, non-leader, whatever it is. I call everybody leaders. Even the kids I call leaders. Because when I see kids who are even 1 year old and they're copying things that I'm saying, I better be careful what I say. Because 1 year olds are following and copying. They can tell me exactly what I said. I said, this is scary. This is really scary. So I got to be careful what I say. So that's what I'm saying. Gentle folks, people, you got to be careful what comes out of your mouth, whether you're in leadership position or not, or whether you are in a known leadership position, right? That's what I should say. Whether you're in a known leadership position or not, you have to be careful what you say because you don't know who's listening to you. You don't know who's listening. And sometimes the kids are listening, maybe not on YouTube. And sometimes they're listening when their parents are watching and listening. They are listening. But if you're in an environment where you're talking to adults and their kids might be there, you have to be careful what you say. Why? Because kids are listening and they listen for words that they can pick up. You can tell that these kids are smart kids and they're going to be like great in life. I believe that everybody was created to be good at something. Everybody can't be great, but everybody can be good. So at least if you can tolerate good, then good will come. But, but, and the reason why I'm butting like this is because we need to butt out all these evil spirits that are coming in and speaking in people's minds and speaking what they're not supposed to be speaking. Be careful of the lying spirits that have been released into you, right? Into the people who are helping you, into you and into the people who are helping you. Be careful. If the enemy can't get you, he's going to try somebody around you. He's going to try somebody close to you. So hear this now. When you cause people to lose their jobs, lose their homes, right? Why would you not expect God to strip you and take your stuff? He sent assistance. He ordered assistance. So if you are causing people to lose jobs, so say for instance, you're a prime minister, you're a president, you know what I mean? You are a leader, you are a pastor, you are a CEO, you are a person in the neighborhood, but you're causing people to lose their jobs. If you cause people to lose their jobs because of what you have done, why wouldn't you expect it to be done to you? There is no mitigating factor. There is nothing that you can use as a mitigating factor to say, well, I'm excluded from this. No, you're not. You're not a part of the exclusion clause in this case because you know what you've done. So when you're going around telling lies about people, things that you don't even know, you're not even aware of what's going on. You're drunk. You're under the influence of alcohol and medication, drugs, but you're talking things about people. That's the time you should have shut your mouth because you don't know what you're saying that could be recorded that will be used against you. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Placing listening devices and cameras in people's homes, cars, workplaces, those things show that you are a reprobate. A reprobate. Google the word reprobate. I'm not going to give the definition right now, right? So that means you're a reprobate having a reprobate mind. That's what a reprobate is, having a reprobate mind. You cannot expect to do your evil, pathetic activities and get away. You just can't. This is a historic time. This is a time that you're not just going to do things and get away. Too much evil is going on. When you show up in people's matrimonial homes, in people's bedrooms, children's bedrooms, men's bedrooms, women's bedrooms, you have given clear indication that you want to molest men, women, children. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with people? Why they can't get a grip on themselves, go sit down and keep themselves quiet. If you're not aware of your activities and know what you're doing, sit yourself down and be quiet. Just be quiet because the world is going to go on without you anyway. If you're causing so much trouble, you're not even needed. So it's good when you underestimate people, but it is bad when you expect to believe that people are naive. Let me say this one again. It's good when you think you can underestimate people because it's okay. It's just an underestimation. When you want to buy something or you want to order something, you're going to do what? An estimate. When you're going to provide a service, when you're going to provide a service, you provide an estimate. No, you're flawed when you underestimate because you're underestimating something that you didn't really do enough background work to provide a good estimate for. So when you're underestimating people that you don't know and talking stuff about people that you don't know and telling lies about people, just like you walk around and they told so many lies on me. I keep saying, who are the fools that are listening? Why are you so foolish that you can listen to somebody saying something about somebody else and you didn't even try to investigate? You didn't ask them, so how long have you known this person? How long have you been friends? Wow, what happened to the friendship? What happened to the relationship? If you can say that about the person, then man, I would imagine that you would say the same thing about me. Come on, people, use your brains, use your senses. Don't follow everything and listen to everything that people say. Some people are just pathological liars, and some of them are just under the influence of alcohol and drugs. You mean a drug addict is talking to you and you're following what a drug addict says? Then you just told me that, you have your capacity to understand people and analyze situations. Your capacity is very low. So I like to say it's good when you underestimate people, but it is bad when you expect to believe that people are naive. 'Cause some people don't even know people can hear what they're saying. So we hear when you're telling people stuff. We have gifts. We have gifts. And just because we have gifts don't mean we're crazy. Just because we have spiritual gifts doesn't mean we're crazy. Because spiritual gifts are needed to help government, to help teachers, to help the school, to help neighborhood, to help corporations, to help the church. The gifts are needed. That's why they were released to some people, not everybody. You imagine if people can walk around and tell so many lies on people, if those people were given gifts, what they would have done. So now you know why everybody doesn't get the same kind of gifts. Because some people, their tongues don't know what direction to turn, in what direction to turn. They don't know. They just leave their tongues, let it just do whatever it wants to do. Shame on you. Shame on you. And I'm going to say it publicly, shame on those who sit there and listen to people tell you some stories about someone and you never ask, how long have you known this person? So, did you also, when you went to school together, how long was your relationship after school? When was the last time you saw her? Yeah, how did you get to know her? You don't even ask questions and you just listen to anything that people say. Why do you think they can't come to me with their garbage? They would never show up in front of me with the foolishness because I have a bunch of questions. Trust me, I start to interrogate and I start to interview you right there on the spot. You'd be ashamed when I'm done with you. Why? Because you don't tell me things about people, especially if I know that I tell when it's a lie, when it's not the truth. So fools misunderstand my intelligence and interpreted their delusional behavior for intelligence. Okay? They misinterpreted their delusional intelligence for emotional accuracy. And they get themselves caught in a trap. Why? Because of the fake opportunities that they offer people in order for the person to listen. What is it that you offer to people? Let me say this to the evildoers, because I know some of them are watching and listening. Some of you are watching and listening. What is the fake opportunity that you offer people for them to listen to the garbage that you tell them? What is it that you offer them? What is the fake bribe that you offer them for them to listen to what you have to say? Nothing but garbage. I sat at the university and let me tell you, it's like demons were released into the place. That's an educational institution. The Lord says, get out of Babylon, leave Babylon. The same thing with the college. And the same thing. So demonic influences are going around and making their presence known in the atmosphere. So I had to do what I had to do in the university because I felt like they came to attack me from all different angles. I started praying in the spirit because that's what I used to confuse them because they don't know what I say because I'm praying in tongues, so they don't know. I am banning them, but I'm clearing the atmosphere for the students. They don't know that this is what's happening. Some things that I see happening, and I'm like, this is crazy. Kids are getting up, walking around 2 o'clock in the morning as if they're just walking in a maze. What are you doing 2 o'clock in the morning? Walking, getting out of your dormitory to walk into the university in your pajamas. And the Lord said to me, they're calling them out of their rooms, so they don't even know who's calling them. And the people who are calling them out don't even know the students. Well, I bind all those demons who are walking around in the schools and doing that. I bind their spirit in the name of Jesus. I declare by the Spirit of the living God that confusion will hit them. You cannot sit in peace. Some students came to me and they said, it's kind of, it feels kind of airy, iffy. They don't understand how to describe it. But for me, who know the atmosphere when it's demonically charged, I know exactly what they're saying. Oh, I'm confused. I'm going to have a test and I don't know what to do at this point. And they're sitting there looking at me and they're pulling out everything out of me. And I feel like I'm feeling pain. They're pulling out something out of my leg and out of my hand. And people will think that these things are crazy. It is crazy, but it's real. So I am trying to open the eyes of the blind because he ordered assistance. So if he ordered assistance, what are you going to do? Refuse the assistance? That means he ordered help. It's crazy. It is. It is really crazy. It's not a nice thing. Oh, I felt like they were trying to squeeze up my head. They were trying to squeeze my leg. They were trying to squeeze up my hand. Well, guess what happened? I said, when he sends assistance, what he gives is he gives scriptures to you for you to use not only as reference, but as a foundation. So when they're squeezing up my head, I say, according to Jeremiah 51, you said you will give Babylon madness. So I release madness into Babylon. That's it. When they're squeezing up my left arm, I said, you said Moab's arms are broken, according to Jeremiah 48. Moab's horns are cut off. That means Moab has no power to buck. That cow can't do anything. But Moab's arms are cut off. So I cut off those arms according to your word. That's the foundation. Not using it as a reference, I'm using it as a foundation. Okay? So you have to know what is the foundation that you have, that you're standing on. You have to use the foundation. I cannot believe what I experienced in the college and the university. I can't. It's terrible. You can tell when you walk in the atmosphere, it's like when I walked in at first, and I know why the Lord allowed me to do it during the summertime. During the summertime, clean, clear atmosphere. I can tell you who's pushing what at what time. I can tell you when it's Dayola Phillips pushing the African students. No joke. I can tell you when it's this one pushing those ones. How easy it is for me to tell because of the gifts. Okay? All right. So he ordered assistance. I hope you take this and use it how it's supposed to be used. Apply it to your lives and know that when he sends assistance, there's a reason. Even when we don't ask for it because we don't know what to ask for, because we can't understand what's in the environment. I said that means the teachers are sitting under this kind of influence. The teachers are sitting, the professors are sitting under this kind of influence because it's nasty, not really good. Anyway, I'll see you next time because we're going up. And while we're going up, we're going on the other side. I am going to ask you to register for International Women's Conference 2026. Don't let the PhDs alone do it. Last year we had so many PhDs. But what happened was people with their devious selves tried, they canceled stuff, canceled people out. They're using witchcraft. Well, I bind the witchcraft, and the witchcraft is not going to work for 2026 because they're all bound in this historic year. This is the year that every one of them go down, right down in the pit that they dug, and they can't get up. So no more will things be blocked up. Because if the breakthrough is here, it is here. Register for International Women's Conference. The theme is the Empowered International Woman. And we are going to have many things which I'm not going to tell you because you can't get everything before you come. Okay, you don't want to hear everything before you come. You want some nice, good surprises. Look at my face. Surprise. So then, but we will do book launch for female authors. So as long as you're a female author, show up, right? Show up. The ad, I'm going to try to see if I can post it, right? It's on LinkedIn, it's on my LinkedIn page, it's on Facebook. And I'm going to try to see how I can post it on YouTube, on the pages, right? So that they can be, you can get the information. All right. So do your best to sign up. Don't let the PhDs alone get it. It's not just for PhDs, it's International Women's Conference. And it's for the empowered women. So are you ready for a level of empowerment that you've never experienced in all your life? With all the fights that I got this year, trust me, it's time for that empowerment to be released. All right. So I'll see you soon. I'll see you there. And it is March 6th to the 8th. And the 8th of March is International Women's Day. That's the day that I walked. When the devil thought he wouldn't make me walk, that's the day I walked. Okay. So that's deliverance time for many people. I hope to see you there. So I said, let me open my mouth and say it because people said you never said anything. You only invited your PhDs. No, they only showed up because nobody else wanted to come. All right. So I'll see you soon. I'll see you there. We're still going up and over on the other side. And I'll see you one way or the other. Have a great evening. Goodbye.